Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayinne Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Jai Ma everyone, Jai Ma. I hope all of you are well. Do comment in the section, if you're seeing the video, I would really appreciate if you comment. Some of you are and some of you are not. So please do. Now, today's question is, somebody has asked me, it is said that spiritually accomplished people are sarvagyanis and their words are an expression of Parabrahma itself. But sometimes a self-realized can say something historically or scientifically inaccurate. How does one reconcile in such a situation? Now you have said spiritually accomplished people. Not all spiritually accomplished people are sarvagyanis or, their word is Parabrahman itself. Shabd Brahman hota hai, Vak Brahman hota hai, People who are basically talking about God, even in a satsang, if somebody is talking about Ma, whoever, it becomes a Shabd Brahman, Vak Brahman, means she herself is speaking. Because we are doing satsang, okay, does not mean that the person who's talking is enlightened or sarvagyani, firstly. Now, secondly, if the person is sarvagyani and knows it all and is enlightened and whatever you're saying sometimes we ask these questions of them and you feel that historically or they are not correct, they're inaccurate. Could be possible because they are in a different zone. You have to understand that they are not in our zone all the time. They are in a different zone altogether. I'll give you my own example. There was a time when I had asked certain questions of Swami Bhaskaranji. He was enlightened. Obviously he was, And for him, his Agya Chakra, everything was open. He could see everything, past, present, future in one line. He was very enlightened. And I had asked him certain questions and they were not accurate, according to me at that time. Okay. So I said, I was very confused. I said, when I'm talking to Swamiji, I think the world of him. And how come it is not correct what he said? That's how I felt at that time. So I went up to him one day and I said, Swamiji, I had asked you this question and how come, it's not turned out the way you said. So he just looked at me and he says, Bahya Jagat mein alag-alag cheezein hoti hai. In the outside physical world, there are different things that are happening all the time. And what I'm talking is from the Andruni Jagat, the internal, the Atmic Jagat. So I'm talking from there. It made no sense to me. At that time, it made no sense. I said, how is that? Doesn't both the things, don't they merge? And he said, he just looked at me and didn't answer. After a long, long time, it doesn't happen. It's not like you asked a question and you get it on a platter. It's not like that. After a long, long time, you yourself will get the answer to that and the answer will be absolutely correct on the dot. So these things do happen. We generally, when we live in the physical world, what happens is we expect everything to happen pat like that, like you ask a question and you get an answer, you want it that immediate. But it doesn't happen in the spiritual world. They say something which is going to turn out somewhere way beyond in the future, So at that time, yes, we do feel it is not accurate. Now, sometimes there is a mistake also. You might approach people who you think are spiritually advanced, who you think are enlightened. Because, but in today's world, there are a lot of God men around, supposed to be, who claim to be like the son of God or the God in themselves, and they claim that they are sarvagyanis. Now, if you go and ask questions of them, you may not get a correct answer because they are not there. That is also a possibility, I'm saying, you know. So there are a lot of aspects and dimensions to this. So I remember there was this person, this great Mahatma, great, you know. And he never used to speak. I'm not going to mention any names. He used to just be in his own world, in his own dimension, in his own thing. And he had a huge following. So one day one of his followers came running up to him. And those days, Jinnah had just died, you know. So he went up to him and said, Baba, Jinnah mar gaya. He didn't answer. Finally, when that fellow went on saying the same thing, he just looked up and said, Ye Jinnah kaun hai? Now see, these are Sarvagyanis, they're supposed to know everything, right? You'll say, how come he didn't know? They are not involved in this physical world. They are not involved in this dimension. They are not involved in politics. They are not interested in knowing what the news is today and tomorrow. They are not interested because they are in a different dimension altogether. So if historically and all you're talking about, sometimes they do answer and sometimes they say we don't believe in theories also. This answer also I had got, and that's why I'm giving you an example. Once I had asked one Mahatma some technical question, you know, some theoretic question. So I felt such a fool, I tell you. Later you realize what a fool you are, you know. So I went up to him and asked this question, and I was sitting next to him. He didn't answer. And then suddenly he gets up and takes his stick and walks off. And I said, I'm talking to you. I said that, you know, as he was leaving. I said, I asked you a question. You're not even telling me anything. He just turned around and you know what he said to me? We don't believe in theory, we believe in practical. And I said, oh my God, what did I do? See, these little things that Mahatmas tell you, or you know, it's just tiny things, which at that time feel very small, but they are humongous because it teaches you so much more, you know. And I have learnt it that way. So, you know, don't judge. If they are Sarvagyanis and all that, we are nobody to judge them. We are nobody to say historically they are not correct. Who are we to judge? They may have said something which is going to turn out somewhere in the future. It may not be correct right now. But who knows? At what level are they talking? So be careful of what you say. Jai Ma. Om Bhavatab Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurte Jnana Bhakti Pradayane Mathastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma. I'll see you next time.